At Liverpool's Bluecoat Gallery, diplomats, historians and relatives of veterans gathered for echoes of peace, marking the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II.
Today, 8 decades later, we look back on those years of fire and sacrifice, not only to honor historical truths, but also to draw wisdom and strength from them.
The event highlighted China's often overlooked contribution to the Allied effort, including stories of resistance, sacrifice and international cooperation.
I think it's very accurate that China has been forgotten. There are many stories that needs to be told, and I think as a historian I have a job to do, to inspire more research.
There was also a focus on the forgotten story of the Lisbon Maru, a Japanese transport ship carrying British prisoners of war when it sank in 1942. Survivors owed their lives to local Chinese fishermen.
I think the biggest story about the Lisbon Maru is that it encompasses both the worst of war and also the best of war. The worst being what our poor prisoners of war went through, but then also the humanity of the Chinese who came and saved them at their own risk of their own lives.
Attendees also reflected on post-war challenges, such as the treatment of Chinese sailors who served in the British Merchant Navy in Liverpool, who were forcefully repatriated after the war. A story told in CGTN's documentary, The Secret Betrayal.
Those sailors risked their lives to bring food into the Bay of Liverpool to feed us while we were fighting the Germans. How was they repaid? He was repaid by the repatriated. To what? They had families here. It is an injustice.
I was shocked by what has happened with respect to the seamen from Liverpool. I just didn't know anything about that. I think it must be devastating to think you've been abandoned by your father. I personally will do whatever I can to help them resolve some of that in whatever ways we can.
The programme looked ahead, with former world leaders discussing whether today's international order can withstand new geopolitical tensions.
This dialogue, with these meetings, the diplomacy can help to better understand and to take the responsibility together for the future.
Organisers say the hope is not only to remember past struggles, but to strengthen understanding between China and the wider world in today's turbulent times. Perhaps by looking back, we can all move forwards together. Addison, CGTN, Liverpool.